Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Who the Hell Asked, the first one for 2024. Welcome to the new year, Slade. I know we're 2 weeks in, but welcome.
Yeah, we're already halfway through the first month. Byron and Slade here. Today, we got a bevy of topics throughout the previous week, and I'll just give you guys a bit of a forewarning. This is going to be a pretty feels bad episode.
Yeah, but let's start off with a couple things that aren't as feels bad. So first off, Microsoft are doing, I believe, their second or third ever Developer Direct. So if you don't remember last year, they did one. They covered 4 games and then dropped one of Slade's favorite games of last year, Hi-Fi Rush, just out of nowhere.
That's right, just out of nowhere. So it's pretty interesting. Looking at the lineup they have here, they have Obsidian, Oxide, Ninja Theory, and Machine Games all listed as developers here.
Yep.
The 4 games that they specifically mentioned were the Indiana Jones game.
Yep.
Avowed, which is a game being made by Obsidian.
Yep.
Era History Untold, which is being made by Oxide. Yep. And then the ever-present, we're all looking forward to it, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, made by Ninja Theory.
Yeah. Which we saw a little bit of Hellblade 2 at the Game Awards last month, which, like, okay, cool. Indiana Jones game, interesting to hear about that. I think, like, publicly, like, for the first time since that teaser. Avowed, cool. It's Obsidian. They're the makers of action RPGs like New Vegas, I believe. New Vegas was by Obsidian. Civ game. Now, here's the big question, Slade. Do you think there's another Shadow Drop? That's the big question.
Like, from what I can see from this announcement and on their direct page itself, they seem to be outlining everything they're going to talk about. They even announced that they're going to post information about the Elder Scrolls Online 2024 shortly after the event.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering whether or not they're going to stick to just these 4 games. But if I'm not mistaken, they did a similar thing last year. They shadow dropped Hi-Fi Rush anyway.
Yeah.
So I guess we could see a game. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I would say it's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, hey, at least for, especially Hellblade. Hellblade kind of feels like, in a way, like Metroid Prime 4. It's like, okay, we've heard about this game for so long. Like, come on, when's it coming out? When's it releasing?
Yeah, my prediction is we probably see it next year or the end of this year, because I imagine at this point, this game has to be far enough in development where they're going to have something substantial to show off.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's here in this Developer Direct.
Yeah, I definitely think more so probably like fall, like around that maybe like October time period, if I had to take a guess on release date for that.
Yeah, you have to imagine it has to be relatively soon. They can't be that far off of a release for this game.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for, I want to say, almost like a decade now.
God.
Which is kind of crazy.
Well, speaking of a decade of things, Slade, one man, a very well-known YouTuber, after a decade plus, is retiring. Mr. MatPat. You know him as Mr. FNAF, Mr. Gave the Pope a digital copy of Undertale. No, I'm not joking, by the way, on that. I wish I was.
Yeah, also most well-known for game theories.
Yes. So he's retiring after a decade plus. I got a beautiful, beautiful screen grab of MatPat in the post. But yeah, he's going to be retiring from content creation. He's going to be handing over his many YouTube channels over to other people, and he's going to be living his own life, and he's going to be doing his own thing with his own IPs from everything that he's said in this video and on social media. So 10 years.
Yeah.
He may have been a meme. He seems at the very least like a decent human being. No bad stories have ever, I believe, have gotten out about him.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything about, him scamming people donating to him for charity is kind of like a certain other
Yeah,
person in the
that,
tier.
yeah, but yeah,
Nothing
well,
like that. So I wish him a happy retirement.
yeah,
I imagine he's probably trying to spend more time with his kids and chasing whatever his next project's going to be.
yeah, maybe he'll actually make a video game or something. That'd be kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
so good luck to him. Good luck to him.
Good luck, MatPat. But now let's get into the fucking depressing stuff. Let's start off, Slade, with our favorite topic, fucking layoffs.
Yeah, and we'll start with Discord, and then we'll transition to a couple of the other companies. So Discord is going to lay off 17% of its employees in a move that CEO Jason Citron said is meant to sharpen our focus and improve the way we work together to bring more agility to organizations.
Okay, yeah.
Long story short, PR speak for we want to make more money, so we're going to make less people do the work that our entire company did before these layoffs.
Even though apparently, based on Citron's message to employees, quote, Discord isn't in dire financial straits, though it has yet to become profitable and is still trying to revive user growth after a surge during the pandemic. And 170 people across various departments will be affected. So,
yeah, I mean, I think right now Discord is the go-to.
Yes.
Like, what's the word I'm looking for that? Like, it surpassed Skype and TeamSpeak and all sorts of other apps. It's like it's like the largest communication app on the planet at the moment.
Yeah, like especially for gaming, like put 10 streamers in a room, probably at least 7 of them have their own Discord server.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a large part of that is because they haven't found a way to really monetize Discord itself, because pretty much everything that's like super worthwhile you can get for free.
Well, they have Discord. They just opened up a Discord shop where you can buy like profile decorations. There's obviously Nitro.
Well,
the sub-service, but yeah, like
I think when you have a largely free platform like this, like, I think we're going to get to the point eventually to where they're going to start putting advertisements on the platform. Yeah, it's going to be disgusting. I don't say this with any form of joy, people.
Yeah, God.
But I do feel we're going to get to that point eventually. I just don't think there's any escaping it.
Apparently, this is the largest Discord staff cut ever. As the last time they had to do staff cuts in August, it was only 4%.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem like Discord.
21% now.
Like 21% overall within a 12-month span. Yeah, but this isn't as bad. This isn't as bad as the other two that we have. First off, one of our favorite companies to cover now, Unity.
Yeah, they are cutting 25% of their staff at a company reset.
God damn.
I will say this. This is probably because Unity is in dire straits due to some of their very questionable and controversial decisions that I think we've covered quite well and quite enough.
Yeah, and some of their acquisitions maybe they shouldn't have done. You know?
Yeah,
like,
long story short, this company is kind of spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be the last we see for layoffs for Unity.
Nah.
I mean, we might see this company go out of business within the next 5 years.
Oh, that'd be terrible. 1,800 jobs were lost, which I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's absolutely tragic.
A, that many jobs, and B, that Unity's that big. Like, I know it's a game engine company, but like I didn't think it was that big to have like 36, like 7,000 plus employees.
Yeah, pretty nuts.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Though unfortunately, Unity shares went up nearly 5% in after-hours trading. At this news,
I mean, because shareholders love, hey, we're gonna pay less employees to do the same work. That's gonna be more value to our shares. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Really dumb, but that's in the end, that's all companies fucking care about anyway.
Yeah.
Which is quite sad.
And finally, probably the most shocking, I guess, set of layoffs came from a platform we've both used, Slade. Twitch. Twitch is laying off just over 500 employees across various departments, which from the math that I've seen some people calculate, it is somewhere between 25 and 35% of employees there.
Yeah, which is absolutely tragic. That's well over a quarter of the employees.
Yeah.
Twitch is already not exactly a very well-run platform.
Yeah.
And now they're reducing the staff to essentially just bare bones.
Yeah. Well, even though the platform is starting to move in a better direction with its new CEO, Mr. Dan Clancy, but it is kind of concerning. Twitch isn't going to be like, and I had this in my head at first, like, oh fuck, this is going to be the downfall of Twitch. Not yet. This don't look good, but like we ain't in panic mode yet. But
like I said, I think the tough thing for Twitch is now there's so much competition for other platforms, especially YouTube.
Yeah,
taking the majority of ad revenue. And even though they're making big strides to try to attract casual viewers, like Amazon's deal with the NFL to have some of their primetime games on the platform, ultimately it's a mixture of a few things. Most fans don't really watch those games on Twitch because most of the time those games are like multi-stream on other platforms like Paramount or whatever the Chiefs game was on yesterday that everyone got really mad about, which
Peacock. Peacock. Yeah. Pro wrestling fans are like NFL fans. You know our anger now.
like absolutely terrible.
You know our anger. And doesn't the NFL have its own subscription service? Or
yep. It feels like if you want to be like a fan that like watches all the games, you have to subscribe to like 10 different platforms now.
That's like movie and TV show fans now.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. So and it sucks too if you're a fan of a specific team.
Yeah. But Twitch were not the only ones affected from Amazon. Apparently, MGM Studios and Prime Video also had some employee cuts. Not as many as Twitch. So to me, this partially signals maybe it's just a content cut. Like people who were making content for Twitch for Amazon got cut from this. Obviously, that wasn't everybody.
Well, I think my hard read on it is Daddy Jeff Bezos wants more money in his shares. And it's just, well, where can I cut people without bringing everything down?
Well, I think it's not necessarily that. It's that Daddy Amazon wants Twitch to finally make a fucking profit.
Well, I think we're still a long way off from that because until Twitch finds a way to really advertise, monetize,
like YouTube,
the people who not only stream on the platform but people who watch, then like it's just not something that's going to be like feasible long term.
Yeah, like YouTube is, I believe, within the past year or two, finally profitable. And how long has that site been under Google for?
Yeah. Which, quite insane when you think about it.
Yeah.
Layoffs all across the industry. It's extremely tragic.
Yep.
We're going to continue to cover them as they come up.
No game developer yet, anyways. Well, I guess Amazon develops games, but none of their development.
Don't worry, the month's still young, guys, and this time of year is typically where we see the most.
So we had some other interesting news. So 2 Valve-themed fan games got DMCA'd, both for various different reasons. So Portal 64, which was going to be Portal, but on an N64 with N64 graphics and stuff, was taken down due to the use of Nintendo's proprietary libraries. So makes sense, right? You don't want to use those.
They're avoiding the Nintendo hammer in any way, shape, or form that they can.
Yeah, which, hey, if you're using the proprietary libraries, like, that makes sense.
Yeah, like I said, that makes sense. But the other one goes against everything we thought Valve was towards the friends as a company.
Well, I'll correct you on that real quick, actually. But first, this Valve Portal 64 thing, it sort of reminds me of I think we covered this a couple months ago or whenever it happened. Dolphin on Steam. Partially, yes. This kind of feels like part of the same reason. Obviously, different situations between like this like fan ROM hack game and an emulator coming to Steam. But the other one Slade alluded to was a DMCA request for Team Fortress 2 in Source 2. Now, the fuck is a Source 2? It's the new Valve engine, which I believe is used in, I think it's just Counter-Strike 2 right now. I think that's the only game that uses
I believe you're correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Valve is usually very supportive of like fans making like fan-created content.
Yes.
Other games are like improving on their content. They're like somewhat similar to Bethesda in terms of support for their modding community. So, but like I said, this is actually kind of stunning, unless they have some sort of like plan for the IP.
So here's the thing, Slade. This is taken down because the developers of this Team Fortress 2 Source 2 did not get the permission to use the Source 2 engine because Valve right now does not license the SDK for the Source 2 engine.
Okay, so that is how the plot thickens. Okay. I didn't get to that part.
Yeah.
When I initially heard the news.
Yeah.
I just thought it was stunning because usually Valve errs on the side of its fans.
You and you and quite a few people I've seen on social media are like, whoa, wait, what the fuck, Val? There's one meme. I don't remember which cartoon character it was. I think it was like Marge. It was like, Nintendo! And people are like, no, it's not Nintendo this time. It's Valve. And they're like, Valve! And I'm like, no. As much as it sucks for these two projects, especially Team Fortress 2 Source 2, because I don't know if you all have heard about the state of Team Fortress 2. Oh my god. It's a shit show with bots. Like it's Bot Fortress 2 instead of Team Fortress 2. But yeah, Face Punch, which were I believe either the username of the person or the group that were developing Team Fortress 2 Source 2, had not licensed any Valve assets, and there was unauthorized porting and redistribution of Valve's assets without a license violates Valve's IP. And the funny thing about this, Slade, the project on the Team Fortress Source 2 Twitter said they were already discussing the future of the project internally. They stopped development due to the state of the code not being usable with S and Box's recent major engine change. So this DMCA takedown means the project is basically dead anyways.
Yeah, because it's Jover. So.
Yeah, because the code isn't usable at this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the state of that. Like, you can get mad, but both have legitimate reasons to be taken down, even if it does suck.
Yeah, so, like I said, it does suck. It's not something that you like to hear, but like, it's just something that happens, unfortunately.
Yeah, and speaking of things, Slade, that are happening, this is, I believe, our last story for the week, the big one. So, SAG-AFTRA are back in the news again. After they had done their thing, getting the deal with I think both just the actors and stuff, because I was thinking of the writers, but they had their own guild. So SAG-AFTRA announced on Tuesday a deal with AI voiceover studio Replica Studios, which would basically give this studio permission to use AI for digital voice replicas, as well as requirements for the safe storage of digital assets. Quote, this is an evolutionary step forward. AI technology is not something we can block. It's not something we could stop. That's not a tactic or strategy that's ever worked for labor in the past.
Yep, it's a pretty cringe deal overall, especially with all the talk and work that they got to getting,
Yeah.
AI representation in movies kind of neutered for the most part.
Kind of neutered, but yeah, it was
The fact that they absolutely heel turned when it came to video games is just not only stunning, but it's also extremely egregious and appalling.
yeah. Though unfortunately, that SAG-AFTRA deal last year did not block studios from training AI systems to create synthetic actors that bear no resemblance to real performers, for whatever that's work. Cabtree Ireland said that the agreement with Replica Studios could help spur those discussions. Hope the video game companies will take this as inspiration to help us move forward in that negotiation. Now, one big person who has done voice acting for over 30 years, Mr. Steve Bloom, is like, excuse me, with all due respect, you state in the article, approved by affected members of the union's voiceover performer community. Nobody in our community approved this that I know of. Games are the bulk of my livelihood and have been for years. Who are you referring to? And I have heard other VAs on Twitter be like, what the fuck? We didn't know about this. Not a great look.
It seems like their union leaders kind of went behind their backs and agreed to this, from what I can see, which is pretty terrible, but it's something that actually happens quite a bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes union leaders and these company executives make under the table deals.
Yeah.
And they backstab the very people that they're supposed to be representing. I am getting very strong impressions that is what happened here.
Yeah, absolutely. That is what happened. This is the only update at the moment that we have that I was able to find at the moment. So that's where that stands. Kind of shitty that it feels like video game VAs got thrown under the bus. When that didn't happen that badly to the like movie and TV actors, like, come on, you know?
Yeah. No, like I said, it's absolutely like terrible. You really hate to see stuff like this, and again, to me, it's just like so terrible that like union leaders in this to begin with were the people that like pushed this thing through.
Maybe it wasn't every union leader. Because that's usually not, it's not every, it's usually just a couple of them. But we'll see as the story progresses. We'll keep up with what's happening with that. But yeah, kind of a depressing week, to be honest.
Absolutely.
God.
And just continuing a trend from last year, I feel like the majority of gaming news nowadays seems to either be layoffs, predatory, like deals involving AI, fucking predatory microtransactions in games. The state of video gaming in 2024.
Not off to
not the state we'd like to see it.
Not off to a great start, but don't worry, Switch 2 is coming this year. Trust. Believe. Believe. Switch 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, Prime 4.
Oh my gosh.
Those are
okay. Maybe Silksong, but Prime 4, there's no chance in hell that comes out this year.
None.
Zilch, nada.
Believe. But we'll get into that discussion and the rest of the gaming news discussion throughout the year, throughout the various weeks. So, thank you all for watching. This has been Byron.
This has been Slade.
And we'll catch y'all next time. Bye-bye.